We are here at the, don't know how to say it. Let's say Mesilla? Mesilla?
Mesilla.
The Mesilla floor plan with Pulte. It's a 4 or 5 bedroom home. We're gonna give you a tour of the inside. Before we go in, I gotta show you some stuff. Heather, what were you gonna say?
Why don't you tell us where we are?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
probably wanna know that. We're in Georgetown, Texas.
we are.
It's really, really, really close, a stone's throw away
Yes.
from Sun City. So it's
Yes.
like right across the street from
Yes.
Sun City. It's like a sister community of the larger Sun
Called
City community.
Woodside.
It is called Woodside. Thank
Yes.
you for that name. I'm just like blah 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 blah. Okay, before we go in, I want to talk about this being a model home.
Yes.
We just did another video on the model home over there, which I'll make sure to link in the description or somewhere on the video. But this one, this is actually the garage.
Right.
Okay, so keep that in mind as we're going through. There will be one door I don't open. It's because they converted the garage into a sales office. But this is a home that you can either buy as is, as a spec home, or build and choose some of your options. So let's go inside.
All right.
First thing I'm going to ask is, how do you feel about the look of the brick? And that's for the people in the comments, not for
I was
you,
like,
Heather.
do you care about my
I already
opinion?
know how you feel about
Okay.
that. Okay. I love when there's a smart doorbell, and then the fact that there's there's the glass in the front door so that lets in some light. You still have a covered patio. Thank you. Thank you. So if you wanted to play around, or covered porch, you still have a covered porch so that you can come in while it's raining and you don't have to worry about being rained on. Okay, so this here is the garage over to the left. So as soon as you walk in, you've got the garage and a couple other rooms. I want to start over here just because it's wide open.
Okay.
So this is a bedroom and or a flex space, right? So you notice the French door is in the corner. And so what they would do is if you made it a bedroom instead, they would put a standard sized door and then a closet over in the corner.
Right.
Okay. So take a look at the windows. These are the kind of windows that you can pull open, up, pull down, clean
Yes.
from the inside.
Which
You know,
is fabulous.
it's fabulous.
Yeah.
This is standard for Pulte builds.
Yeah.
These days, I just wanted to show you because not everybody sees that.
Yeah. And
right?
they're vinyl, which is great.
Yes, the fact that they're vinyl, that's
Instead
great.
of the
The
aluminum.
low E, so that you have, like, you feel the window and it's still cool to the touch. It's
Yeah.
not burning up. I want to talk about the room, the fact that it has carpet. If you were building the house, you could decide if you want a continuation of the same flooring throughout the home, or if you're gonna have carpet in some of the rooms or change up the flooring to tile, you have those options. Right
Mhm.
now, we're looking at a luxury vinyl plank throughout where there isn't carpet. This is great because it's water resistant, might even be waterproof, but I don't want to claim it and then be off by any margin.
Right.
But they're pretty close to waterproof, meaning if you have a little bit of a spill or something, you don't have to worry too much about hurrying to clean it up, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes in
They're
the winter,
extremely durable too. If you've
they
got
are.
dogs, like I've got so many dogs,
Oh, yes.
this is amazing.
Yeah. The dogs, the nails aren't really an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Kids,
uh,
you know,
I
drawing
bet
on
I
it,
bet
doing
some
all the
kids can make
things.
something happen here. But
Probably.
yeah. Okay, so what else do we want to show? So let's go and take a look at, you've got your dining space. Generally, I would say this, I'm still wearing my glasses. I'm taking my glasses off
I am
because
too, but mine transitions.
yours are transitions. So this is your dining space. You have to think, whenever you're looking at a dining space like this, you have to think about, how is your seating going to be arranged? Do you spend time sitting at this type of table? How large can your table be? I always like paying attention to the functionality of how people are going to be living in that space, right? When they set these model homes up, that's what they focus on. They're like, okay, most people want a dining table. This seats 6. Some people have tables that seat 8. I know that these are all like things that'll change based on your family style, but it's important to think about. Okay, same with your living space. What is this?
That is a, what it reminds me of is those head scratcher
Oh, yeah.
things turned upside down. That's what it reminds me of.
Okay, so if you are buying a home like this, take this, throw it away. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
That is an option. You get to choose your own.
you do get to choose your own fixture, and hopefully this is not in the catalog. One of the things I want to talk about when you're in a living space like this, and I know this isn't particular to this model, but it is something to think about longer term, or for any home that you're looking at. Where does the TV go?
Absolutely.
It can't go on that side. It can't go on that side. You only have one option, which means everyone's sitting down here, or you put a couch here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that people are facing forward. For some people, that's a deal breaker. For other people, they don't really care. They don't watch too much TV. I just want you to always think about that. This table here makes no sense. This is just how they set up the model because they wanted you to see that there's space, but I would rather have a nice, easy walking path to get outside or to get to my kitchen over here because
Well,
it's a nice kitchen.
especially because you do have most people just eat at the counter in the kitchen, right?
Exactly.
Or you've got the nice table over there.
Right.
So,
They're trying to go for a breakfast nook. They even put a light here.
right.
Like they knew what they were doing. They did
Oh
this
yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean, if anything, I would probably take up more space here with a couch,
right,
you
extend the
know.
couch, do the L thing.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty nice. Okay, so let's talk about we've got the kitchen island with an extension, a leaf. It's
Mhm.
not a leaf because it doesn't bend, it
No.
doesn't close, and it's
No.
not detachable, but it's an overhang
Yes.
where you can put a couple stools so that you have extra seating for guests. You can still sit here, do anything that you would do in the kitchen. I think normally it's cooked, right? Anything that you do in the kitchen, still look at the TV, still be able to entertain and have conversations with people. Tons of countertop space.
You want to talk about these
I
countertops? There's
don't.
something special
I'm just
about these
kidding. I do.
countertops.
Okay. So I believe that these counter, not I believe, I know. I was going to say the name and I don't know the name. I got to be careful with that.
Decta.
Decta.
Yeah.
Let's go with that name. It's
I'm
Deca
pretty
or
sure that
Decta.
was it.
Either way, this is a newer material or a newer common material among some builders where now it's highly resistant. You can put a pot boiling pot directly from the stove onto
Mhm.
here and it will be okay. So it's
Yeah.
highly resistant. I think it's got some stain resistance as well built in. It's just a nice upgrade and a fusion of what was it, granite, quartz, marble. And so now you have this.
Yeah.
So like this hodgepodge of countertop material that creates the ultimate
Yes.
countertop for people. But so the reason why that's important is countertops are really they can be costly to replace, but they also completely change the vibe of a
Mhm.
place. You don't want to
Yeah.
walk into a place and you have those old countertops that you hit a couple times and then you see dents in them where they like break off or crumble
Yeah.
over time. So
The peel and stick laminate?
peel and stick laminate.
Yes.
Yes, you don't want that.
Yeah.
But then granite, a lot of people don't know. They're like, "Oh, I
It's
want granite
very porous.
countertops." It's what?
Porous.
It is porous,
Yeah.
so it'll absorb like wine
Oh, yeah.
stains and
Yep.
stuff, right? And so you're supposed to seal it, and it's maintenance, and a
It
lot of people don't
is.
know that.
Yeah.
So these are the new,
Yeah.
and so you absolutely want to pay attention to the countertops you're getting. So the fact that they are using these is already like awesome.
What
Here
is that?
is an outlet. Instead of having it on the side of the island, they have it right here where it's a little pop up. We were talking about this in some of the other homes that we've been doing. This is now code. It's part of the property code when builders are building homes. They're not allowed to put them on the side anymore. You're supposed to put them up here. This is cool because the mat actually matches the gooseneck for the sink. The gooseneck for the sink large. I say large. I got to stop saying large because large is relative. But
It is.
for me, like this is a good, what would you say, 21-inch sink, deep farm style sink. I like that it has it's not Teflon, but the material that's like rugged on the inside instead of the aluminum that scratches up every
Oh,
time
yeah.
you use it.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Again, plenty of countertop space. You talked about being able to put the little pans and baking sheets in
Yes.
here instead of under
Baking sheet is great.
your oven, which you can also do that. It's interesting that they have the hardware here. I do have to mention that when you're buying a house from a builder, most of the time, they're not going to put the hardware on here for you.
Right.
Okay? You have to know that, nor would you want to add your fixture, your cabinet hardware in on a 30-year loan for
Mm-mm.
a house. So think
No.
about that. The appliances, you've got the vent out, that's Whirlpool. Whirl, that's Whirlpool.
Whirlpool.
Thank you. You've got your dishwasher, that's Whirlpool. It still
Uh-huh.
has
Ah,
your
nice.
utensils rack and
Okay.
it's still metal on the inside. So
Yeah.
that's really nice. And then you've got a Whirlpool range, four
Mhm.
burner. These remove. Yes, they do. Easy
Gas.
cleaning. What do you think about the hex tile? That's not for you either. That's for the people in the comments.
Okay.
Okay, no. What do you think about the hex tile?
Never mind. It doesn't
The
matter.
hexagon
It
tile.
doesn't
Hexagonal tile. Okay. Ah, lazy missed opportunity for a lazy Susan.
No,
I
that would be
love
down
those.
there.
Oh. Nope. Missed opportunity
No.
for a lazy Susan. It's
Ah.
this weird little drawer thing. And everybody's doing it. It's not like this is a Pulte thing. I think it's so strange when they do that. So I just want to pull some of these out so you can get a feel for the drawers. Let's look at the oven and the microwave.
Yeah.
It's kind of small. Can't put a turkey in here.
Why would you put a turkey in the microwave?
For what do they call them? Leftovers.
You're not gonna put the whole
It might
turkey.
s I don't know. Okay, and then your fridge. So this fridge is still a counter depth.
It is, but
It
that
is still a
space
counter
feels
depth.
larger than some of the others.
It
Either
does.
that or the
Well, it's over to the
refrigerator's
side a little bit. Yeah,
smaller.
there's
I don't know.
there's space on either side, so
Yeah.
that's good. Okay. We were talking about the counter depth fridge. Sometimes you have a hard time opening the door if it's too close to the sides, but this one seems to be just right. Yeah, no issues. I think I mean, it has a lot of counter space. It has the upgraded countertops.
Mhm.
You have a lot of functionality,
Yeah.
nice appliances,
Yeah.
island. There's plenty of room to be able to walk through here.
Mhm.
My rule is usually can two people fit through without there being an issue? And you can do that here. So it's a fine kitchen.
It is.
Let's look at the pantry. Okay, you've seen the pantry. Do you want to go outside or upstairs?
Let's go inside real quick.
Let's take a look outside. I did that with the pantry because that's a very common Texas pantry.
It is.
And I'm not going to say that's a large pantry
No.
because I would be lying. You've got your good neighbor fence all around.
What's a good neighbor fence?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so there is a fallacy or a myth that based on the direction that the panels are facing, that person is responsible for repairs of the fence. Or,
Responsible is the wrong word.
sorry, liable. Give me
Well,
a word. Give me a word.
it's it- we everyone thinks that they're responsible, but that's
Yes.
not what the reality is.
Well, the reality is that it's based on the survey.
Right.
Right? And so what happened is just to stop some of the confusion, some of the builders are like, let's just flip it back and forth. So it alludes to the fact that y'all should be working together on
Mhm.
these fences.
Right.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with the house. So I just wanted you to see the yard, the space, because when you're building a home in this community, you get to choose often you get to choose the lot that you're going to put the home on. There might be a premium or a cost that comes associated with that, but think about it. If you could get a yard that's twice as large, not everybody wants that, but if you can, are you willing to pay for it? Because you can still build the house that you're trying to build, and maybe the yard might be a different size. Okay, so I
Yes.
wanted you to see that. The back porch, God, the back patio, excuse me, I changed that twice. The back patio,
Patio.
you have to have a covered patio if you live in Texas. I think that's
Yes,
extremely important.
it is.
I'm gonna let you, I'm just gonna like this. Interesting with the plexiglass in the door for the back patio. It's cool that it lets in light, but usually there's some blinds there. Maybe they'll add
Right.
that later, or maybe that's a choice. Maybe they don't have it because it's the model. That's my guess. All right, so I'm running up the stairs. You've got your wood with your black iron. I think that's just like we said in the last house. It looks really good. I don't like when it's more wood dials because I feel like if there's a kid that's rambunctious is the word I'm going to use, and they start kicking it, it'll break real easy. I don't know why they would do that, but they're kids, right?
Who knows?
Okay, so here's what's interesting. I believe this room could also, instead of being a game room, could be a bedroom.
Okay.
Okay, so what they would do is they would actually close off this wall and create a door. That's a choice if you're building the home from scratch. So think about that. And then we'll come over this way. And this is the primary bedroom.
So the primary's up in this model.
The primary is up. And that can be something to talk about. Not everybody likes that. Some people are like, I want to be upstairs where the kids are. Some people are like, I don't want to have to go up and down the stairs, right? It depends on your living situation, your family status, all that sort of stuff. Here, I noticed the coffered ceilings and the faux cedar beams. It
Mhm.
looks good though.
It does.
I don't think it's
It
something that would
does.
come with the build.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's not
It's funny that they
now,
put this in a model and you probably can't get this if you were building.
I'm curious though. I know that they were doing this in Sun City as
Yes.
well, where they were adding this as a feature.
Yeah.
So I think this is part of their newer style.
Hopefully,
Mhm.
that'd be good. So yeah, for the people that are watching this, do you prefer that? Do you care? Would you want real cedar beams or is this just a gimmick for you? In here, you have a double vanity and a full standing shower, similar to the other homes in this community and the other model home that you'll see a video of. You have the option to change this to a garden style tub. This is your linen closet. This is how the pantry should
It's
have
a
looked.
very deep, yeah,
It's a
that's
very deep linen closet.
exactly. Yeah, that's more impressive than the pantry.
Hmm. And then a full closet, walk-in closet with an outlet,
Mhm.
right, for you to be able to plug in an iron or vacuum
Yeah,
and
no, we're both hanging out in this closet, and
oh yeah.
Ian is still very far away. I mean, this is a very
I
good
don't know
size.
what this pose is,
I
but
have
yeah, you
no
can see how
idea.
far away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you how far my arms are from you. Okay. Notice how the bathroom had tile,
Mhm.
and then in here you're back to carpet.
Yep.
So a lot of times you'll see carpet in the bedrooms or upstairs because it helps mute some of the sound of the kids walking or
Exactly.
people running around upstairs.
Well, and a lot of people do like carpet in the bedrooms.
Well, and it feels nice.
It
Sometimes if
does.
you're going from bedroom to bedroom, you don't want to have to put your shoes on.
Mhm.
So you have another bedroom here. Like, oh my gosh, that was really loud. Oh, it's I was like, did I hit the wall? No, I hit the basketball hoop. Okay, so you can get a feel for what the closets look like. This is not a walk-in
No.
closet, by the way. Okay, we're gonna come over here to the laundry room first. So you've got the laundry room. You have an option to add shelves if you'd like to. And then over here is your panel where you usually put all your things like your routers and your internet connection, maybe even phone stuff. The reason why is because there's one place for the technicians or for you to go where all of this stuff's already routed throughout the house. You don't have to have people come in all of your different your private rooms, right?
Right.
So one space. They actually have two panels back here, right?
Oh,
That's kind of
really?
strange. Yeah.
Hmm.
Your HVAC. I don't know why I want to show you that, but now you get to see it. Some people are really interested. They're like, I want to see all of the major
I am
appliance
telling you,
systems in the home.
it is important where the air handler is and where the filter is located because in older homes here in Texas, these units were up in the attic.
Yes.
And that means you have to go and crawl up in the attic,
Yes.
which not everyone can do that.
Especially at 200 degrees.
Exactly.
Especially at
Yes.
200 degrees.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a guest bath here, which also happens to be a double vanity with a full tub. I think anytime you have a double vanity, the assumption is that you have multiple people that are going to need to use
We
the
have
sink
multiple bedrooms,
and
secondary
multiple
bedroom tubs.
bedrooms, right?
So,
So the bedroom over there, the bedroom over here, they can both come
right.
brush your teeth at the same time.
Hmm.
This is a larger bedroom
It
from the
is.
other two that we just saw, and also a larger closet. So this could be like your
Hmm.
tweenager. Is that a
Right.
thing? Yeah,
It
your
is.
tweenager's room, right? They don't
Hmm.
get their full bathroom, solo bathroom, but they have a little more space than
Yeah.
the others. I think we got to see everything except this.
Yep. Just
Another
another
linen
little
closet.
little
Closet.
linen closet here. Yeah.
Okay, so while we're here, I guess the question would be: would you want this to be another bedroom, or are you cool with it being a game room? These are for people that are watching.
I know you're not asking me.
I'm not asking you.
Yes.
I know what you think most of the time.
You've lost interest in my opinion, is what it really comes down to. Let's be honest.
And overall, I want a kind of an idea of how you feel about the house with the kitchen, the layout. The layout's really important. I think a lot of people underestimate the layout the first time they're buying a house, but then the second and third time they're like, no, 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 I
Right.
cannot have a living room next to the kitchen or something weird like that, right? So I always think it's fun to sit and have that conversation, especially if we get to design from scratch, which you can't do everywhere else in the country, right?
Correct.
So I'm originally from Chicago. Heather here's a Texas girl. She's
Mhm.
always had access to be able to build homes.
Yep.
Where I'm from, new builds weren't really a thing. All the houses were 100 years old and falling apart, right? So you either renovated your home or you just bought what the last person had. And
Exactly.
so to be able to come here and say, "Oh, wait, I can get one that's built from scratch by the builder. They get to choose. I can choose and build whatever I want." Or I can buy something that's already existing in a neighborhood that I enjoy, in a school district that I enjoy.
Yes.
You have all of those options here.
So many
So,
options. And for those of you who are not familiar with new builds and why there's so much difference between the warranties that
oh
come with
yeah,
new builds versus buying a resale where there aren't, you can get a home warranty, but it's not anything like there's a 10, 5 to 1 year warranty that comes with these Pulte homes. Do you want to
yes.
talk a little bit about those?
You can talk. You already started. You
Well,
already started.
so you've got the 10-year structural,
Yep.
right, on this foundation structure. And
And
then
roof.
and roof, yep.
Yep.
And then you've got, well, not the shingles,
Right, not
but
the
like
shingles, but
trusses
like
and
the
stuff.
structure of the truss, the roof
Exactly.
truss. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got 5 years on the plumbing, water intrusion, things like that,
Yep.
which they have a great system on that. And we've done a video on that.
Is that HVAC too? Five
Uh,
years?
again, I think that's a good question. I do not know that answer.
Well, that's
I have to
okay
find that
because we
answer.
work closely with the sales consultants to
I
make
have
sure
to
that we can
ask.
answer those for you.
Yes. And then there's the 2 year, which is, now I'm forgetting. 1 year is bumper to bumper.
Yep, everything.
Uh,
And not
2 year,
like paint chips, but
I think 2 year might have been the water and the plumbing, and then the electrical was the 5 year. Now I'm getting all
electrical
confused.
is 5 year. I
Yep.
think that makes sense.
Yep. I
So
had those backwards.
the,
Sorry.
the reason why we're even having this conversation right now is because, like Heather said, you have access to these kind of extended warranties from the
Right.
builder, but also every builder has a different level,
They do.
the way they honor the warranties and then the years and
Mm-hmm.
like what they honor per year, right?
Right.
So, which is also very different from a resale. If you buy a house that was built 5 years ago, the warranty isn't necessarily going to be the same
Right.
unless the seller is willing to pay for it for you,
Yes.
which in this case, the builder is the seller and they're willing to pay.
Yes, they are.
So there we go. Okay, if you have any questions about this home or any other, in what neighborhood is this?
Woodside.
Right next to where?
Sun City.
Sun City,
In
Texas.
Georgetown.
Yeah, we're like 30 minutes north of Austin proper. Like you can get to downtown Austin in 30 minutes. It's actually really, really reasonably
Yeah.
fast as
Don't
long as you're
ask
not
us
dealing
how
with.
many miles it is, because in Texas we don't care at all.
Well,
It's by time.
we have one of those fastest speed limits in the United States. I was
We
just
do.
on I don't even think it was 130. I think it was 35 and for a section there it was 80 miles an hour.
No, it's 70, but we all go 80.
There's an 80-mile-an-hour speed. It might be 130. It might be the highway, but
Yeah.
it said 80 now. And I took a picture of it. I sent it to all my friends up north. I was like, see, this is one of the top 10 reasons to move to Texas right there. That alone.
Right.
Open road, beautiful blue skies, right? Large houses for a good price point,
Very
which
good
if you
price
want to know the price point, we don't
Let
like
us
giving them
know.
out because one, there's tons of incentives right now. There are
So
so many. Like you can potentially get, I have to be careful, you can potentially get tens of thousands of dollars off of a house like this. All you have to do is go to the builder and say, hey, I saw the video with Ian and Heather,
Mm-hmm.
or call us and we'll take you to these houses and we can have that conversation. But that changes. It could be every month, it could be every week, every quarter. So we can't give you a price or a number and then it changes when you're watching this video. You're like, but you said, it's like, no, we didn't. We did not say.
Call us
Yeah.
or text us, message us, whatever, for the current pricing structure.
Yeah, that's the right way to say it. Okay, well, thanks so much for spending time with us today. If you have any questions, like I said, we're available to you, and we will see you
Next
in the
time.
next video.
Yes. See you later.
Bye.